So, are you sick of my face yet? Are you frightened for your life? I really don't know what happened there. It's supposed to be sort of a really scary thing, but it died. Still got nothing to do with my life. I'm recording videos to make you sick of my face. Chapter 10! Chapter 10 starts off with a good bit of homophobia, because that's how all good chapters should start. Also note, stop it, you gay fags. If you do not lick my story, then fuck off. P.S. It turns out Bloody Mary isn't a muggle effort or out and she and vampire are evil. That's why they mobbed houses, okay? The fuck? I was really scared about Immortal all day. I was even upset went to rehearsals with my gothic metal band Bloody Gothic Rose 666. I am the lead singer of it and I play guitar. People say that we sound like a cross between GC, Slipknot and MCR. The other people in the band are Bloody Mary, Vampire, Draco, Ron, although we call him... That's not Diablo, that's Diabolo. That's one of those string things. Anyway, now, we call him Diabolo now. He has black hair now with blue streaks in it. And Hogrid. Only today Draco and Vampire were depressed, so they weren't coming and we wrote some songs instead. I knew Draco was probably slitting his wrist. He wouldn't die because he was a vampire too, and the only way you can kill a vampire is with it spelt out C-R-O-S-S. There's no way I'm writing that. Except for like up there, where she writes it in that paragraph, same paragraph. Okay, no. Or a steak. Steak is spelt like slab of meat. So I suppose you could kill a vampire if you slap them to death with some meat. A vampire was probably watching a depressing movie like The Corpse Bride. That's not depressing, that's quite sweet. I put on a black leather shirt that showed off my boobs and tiny matching miniskirt that said Simple Plan on the butt. You might think I'm a slut, but I'm really not. I just shag people in the Forbidden Forest after having met them once. I was singing a cover of Helena, and at the end of the song I suddenly burst into tears. Ebony, are you okay? Bloody Mary asked in a concerted voice. What the fuck do you think? I asked angrily. And then I said, well, Voldemort came, the fucking bastard told me to fucking kill Harry. But I don't want to kill him, because he's really nice, even if he did go out with Draco. But if I don't kill Harry, then Voldemort will fucking kill Draco. I burst into tears. Suddenly Draco jumped out from behind a wall. Why didn't you fucking tell me? He shouted. How could you fucking fucking poser muggle bitch, and then in brackets, see, is that out of character? I started to cry and cry. Draco started to cry too, all sensitive. Then he ran out crying. We practiced for 1 more hour. Then suddenly Dumbledore walked in angrily. His eyes were all fiery and I knew this time it wasn't because he had a headache. What have you done? He started to cry wisely. See, that's basically not swearing, and this time he was really upset, and you will see why. Ebony Draco has been found in his room. He committed suicide by slitting his wrists. Can we just go back a paragraph to where he had to slap him with a stake in order to kill him? Because apparently she was lying. She was lying. Okay, she was lying. Anyway, chapter 11. That was the end of chapter 10. Well, this note, I said stop flaming up preps. See if this chapter is stupid. 1. It deals with really serious issues. SPC for herself. So SPC for herself if it's stupid borrower. BRW borrower. Thanks to my friend Raven for helping me. No! I screamed. I was horrified. Bloody Mary tried to comfort me, but I told her to fuck off and I ran to my room crying myself. Dumbledore chased after me shouting, but he had to stop when I went into my room because he would look like a perv that way. Anyway, I started crying tears of blood and then I slit both of my wrists. They got all over my clothes, so I took them off and jumped into the bath angrily while I put a Linkin Park song at full volume. I grabbed a steak, slab of meat, and almost stuck it into my heart to commit suicide. I was so fucking depressed. I got out of the bathtub and put on a black low-cut dress with lace all over it, sandly, beach, sea and sand. I put on black high heels with pink metal stuff on the ends and 6 pairs of skull earrings. I couldn't fucking believe it. Then I looked out the window and screamed. Snap was spying on me and he was taking a videotape of me. And Lupin, spelled with 2 O's, Lupin was masticating to it. They were sitting on their broomsticks. Point. Masticating, chewing. Ew, you fucking perv, stop looking at me naked. Are you pedos or what? I screamed, putting on a black towel with a picture of Marilyn Manson on it. Suddenly Vampire ran in. Did she not get changed like a paragraph ago? Did that happen in my head? Am I imagining this? Is this not real? Abracadabra! He yelled at Snape and Lupin, pointing his womb. His womb. I took my gun and shot Snape and Lupin a gazillion times and they both started screaming and the camera broke. Suddenly, Dumbledore ran in. Ebony, it has been revealed that someone has... No! He shouted, looking at Snape and Lupin, and then he waved his wand and suddenly... Hagrid ran outside on his broom and said, everyone, we need to talk. That's not in quote marks. It's just, and said, everyone, we need to talk. That's the sentence. What do you know, Hagrid? You're just a little Hogwarts student. I may be a Hogwarts student, Hagrid paused angrily, but I am also a Satanist. I have no idea what's going on. I thought they were in a bathroom, and then Dumbledore was there waving his wand, and suddenly they're outside, and Hagrid is there, and he's also a little student and a Satanist. But I am also a Satanist. This cannot be, Snap said in a crisp voice as blood dripped from the hand where Dumbledore's wand had shot him. There must be other factors. You don't have any! I yelled in madly. Lupin held up the camera triumphantly. The lens may be ruined, but the tape is still there. I felt faint, more than I normally do, like how it feels when you do not drink enough blood. Totally know what you mean. Happens to me all the time. Why are you doing this? Lupin said angrily while he rubbed his dirty hands on his cloak. And then I heard the words that I'd heard before, but not from him. I did not know whether to feel shocked and happy or to bite him and drink his blood because I felt faint. Because, Hagrid said, and then he paused in the air dramatically, waving his wand in the air. Then swooped he in, singing to the tune of a gothic version of a song by 50 Cent. Because you're gothic? Snap asked in a little afraid voice, because he was afraid. It meant he was connected with Satan. Because I love her! I need to stop doing this. I'm too easily freaked out. Chapter 12. Author's note. Stop atting, okay? Hagrid is a pedo too. A lot of people in American schools are like that. I wanted to address that issue. How do you know Snap? I ain't. Christian, spotlight the name Christian. Plus, Hagrid isn't really in love with Ebony. That was Cedric. Okay. When did Cedric come into it? What? I was about to slit my wrists again with the silver knife that Drago had given me in case anything happened to him. He had told me to use it valiantly against an enemy, but I knew that we must both go together. I forgot that Draco killed himself amidst all this drama with Lupin and Snap being paedophiles and Hagrid. Oh, I thought it was Hagrid, but it was Vampire. He started to scream, oh, for God, no! My scar hurts! And then his eyes rolled up. You could only see his red whites, because they totally aren't called whites for a reason. I stopped. How did you know? I saw it! And my scar turned back into the lightning bolt. No! I ran up closer. I thought you didn't have a scar anymore, I shouted. I do, but Diabolo changed it into a pentagram for me, and I always cover it up with foundation, he said back. Anyway, my scar hurt, and it turned back into the lightning bolt. Save me! And then I had a vision of what was happening to Draco. Voldemort has him in bondage. Actually, it's not even in bondage. Voldemort has him bondage. I'm so confused. I thought Draco was dead. Anyway, I was in the school nurse's office now, recovering from my slit wrist. What the fuck? Snap and Lupin and Hagrid were there too. They were going to St. Mango's after they recovered because they were paedophiles and you can't have those fucking pervs teaching in the school with lots of hot girls. Dumbledore had constipated the video camera they took of me naked. I put up my middle finger at them. Anyway, Hagrid came into my hospital bed holding a bouquet of pink roses. "And Nobby, I need to tell you something," he said in a very serious voice, giving me the roses. Be serious. "Fuck off," I told him. "You know I fucking hate the colour pink anyway, and I don't like fucked up preps like you," I snapped. Hagrid had been mean to me before for being gothic. "No, Nobby," Hagrid says. "Those are not roses." "What, are they goths too, you poser prep?" I asked because I was angry that he had brought me pink roses. "I saved your life," he yelled angrily. "No, you didn't," I replied. "You saved me from getting a Paris Hilton pee video made from your shower scene and being viewed by Snap and Lupin, who masturbated." See, is that spelled? See, is that spelled wrong? So he added silently. It is, yeah. She's got masturbated. It's got like a million A's in it. "Whatever!" I yelled angrily. He pointed his wand at the pink roses. "These aren't roses." He suddenly looked at them with an evil look in his eye and muttered, "Well, if you wanted honesty, that's all you had to say." "That's not a spell, that's an MCR song," I corrected him wisely. "I know, I was just warming up my vocal cords." And then he screamed some Latin shit that's something to do with My Chemical Romance. I don't know. I'm not going to try and read it. I'll read you what comes after it in the brackets. Anyway. "For all you cool gothic MCR fans out there, that is a tribute. Especially for Raven, I love you, girl." And then the roses turned into a huge black flame floating in the middle of the air. And it was black. Now I knew he wasn't a prep. "Okay, I believe you. Now what the fuck is Draco?" It's actually Draco. It's got a K. It's Draco. Hagrid rolled his eyes. I looked into the balls of flame, but I could see nothing. "You see, Nobby," Dumbledore said, watching the two of us watching the flame. "To see what is da flames. Ha! You oh shit! She actually spelled review right. You reviewers, flames, get it? You must find herself first, K." "I have found myself, okay, you mean old man," Hagrid yelled. Dumbledore looked shocked. I guess he didn't have a headache, or else he would have said something back. Hagrid stormed off back into his bed. You are a liar, Prof. Dumbledore." Anyway, when I got better, I went upstairs and put on a black leather mini dress that was all ripped on the ends with lace on it. There was some corset stuff on the front. Then I put on black fishnets and black high-heeled boots with pictures of Billy Joe Armstrong on them. I put my hair all out around me so I looked like Samara from The Ring. If you don't know who she is, you're a prep, so fuck off. And I put on blood red lipstick, black eyeliner and black lip gloss. "You look kawaii, girl," Bloody Mary said sadly. "Fangs, get it? You do too," I said sadly. I wasn't anymore, completely lost track because my dad just decided to come up and scare the shit out of me. I said sadly too, but I was still upset. I slit both of my wrists, feeling totally depressed, and I sucked all the blood. I cried again in my bathroom and put the shades on so Snap and Lupin couldn't spy on me this time. I went to some classes. Vampire was in the hair of magic creatures. He looked all depressed because Draco had disappeared and he had used to be in love with Draco. He was sucking some blood from a Hufflepuff. What the hell is a Hufflepuff? "Hi," he said in a depressed way. "Hi back," I said in a wickedly sad way. We both looked at each other for some time. Harry had beautiful red gothic eyes so much like Draco's. Then we jumped on each other and started screwing each other. "Stop it now, you horny simpletons!" shouted Professor McGoggle, who was watching us, and so was everyone else. "Vampire, you fucker!" I said, slapping him. Stop trying to screw me! You know I love Draco!" I shouted, and then I ran away angrily. Just then he started to scream. "Oh, fucker! No! My skull hurts!" And then his eyes rolled up. You could only see his red whites. I have a serious case of deja vu right here. I stopped. "How did you know?" "I saw it! And my scar turned back into the lightning bolt." "No!" I ran up closer. "I thought you didn't have a scar anymore," I shouted. "I do, but Diabolo changed it into a pentagram for me and I always cover it up with foundation," he said back. Anyway, my scar hurt and it turned back into the lightning bolt. Save me! And then I had a vision of what was happening to Draco. Voldemort has him in bondage.